mom and dad. Your mom and dad. Your mom and dad. Your mom and dad.
Well, welcome home, family. It's
your mom and
your
dad.
Dad. Are you ever in a mood where you just like really want to sing?
Almost never. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say almost never. I know you get in these moods. You'll rip.
I woke up today and I'm like, the only thing I want to do today is sing.
That's so interesting.
Like top of my lungs, every song, just I had a dream my life would be. Like just throwing myself into it.
Maybe it's because I did it for a living. And so for me, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just work.
It doesn't even feel like art to you anymore.
Feel like
it's
when
just
you think about it.
It just feels like day-to-day, hour-to-hour work.
My voice is my work. And it's tough because when you get into the arts, you would initially go like, I don't do it for money, and then you get sucked into the whole thing, and it's just like, it's just money and fame and whatever.
And drugs and getting laid.
Yeah, and it's just like, for me now, I just want a simple life, man. I want to chill. I just want a family.
I feel woozy.
But honestly, no.
You never sing.
No,
I mean, you
have
constantly. No, that's not true. We talked a few weeks ago about how you and Ember are always making little songs.
Sure,
you're always making little songs and harmonizing.
You're talking
as a
about
joke.
actually singing.
I'm talking about letting it rip.
No. I think because I don't have a ripping voice. I have a voice I can sing songs, but if I had crazy range or I could rip, I think I'd feel more like that.
You know what I find wildly upsetting and annoying is when someone who does have a ripping voice is playing this game. Because don't even start.
No, but I don't have
me.
let's be real. I agree. I can sing, but I don't have a crazy range. I'm not someone that can just shred.
Literally, when he used to sing, people would comment on your range. Literally, don't do this humble.
For me, it's just
you would go solo and then crazy high falsetto. It was wild. You have a range.
Yeah,
you have a powerful voice.
You know what it is? I don't have a musical theater voice, and that's kind of for me like.
What does it have to do with anything?
If I had a musical theater voice,
yeah,
I think I'd want to sing more because there's so many like musical theater songs you can just rip into and do. I don't have that voice.
There's so many songs in general that you can say. You know what? You don't need to make excuses. It's okay, King. If you don't have that bone that sometimes you just want to bust it into song, there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't have it.
I love and accept you, and you're perfect exactly the way you are. But I do think
you're perfect.
I do think that I think you're in the smaller percentage. I believe in my heart that more people
want to sing,
want to just like wake up and have a day. Get in the comments. How do you have those days where you know why I think this? It's the same way why Dancing with the Stars, American Idol, The Voice, they're so massive. It's because people wake up and want to sing sometimes. People wake up and want to dance sometimes. Like if I could dance a little bit, I would wake up on a regular basis and be like, you know what I'm going to do today?
Yeah.
Dance.
Yeah.
People, they wake up and they want to do it sometimes.
I don't really like singing in general, though. You know what I mean?
That's so insane.
No, but like honestly, like singing is like kind of weird. You know what I mean? Just in general, it's like stop. We don't need any singing anymore.
For you,
you know what I mean?
That's what you did for work.
Yeah, I think singing's kind of whack. I think it's kind of weird. It's a little too much. Does that make sense? It's a little too much. It's like, it's just, we get it.
I've never.
Like you're just looking in my eyes and go, yeah, it's just a little too much.
Ever
we need to chill.
In my life, met someone who does music for their job in every fashion, by the way, singing, instruments, songwriting, who likes music less than you. That's what you do for work, and you've never really liked it that much.
To be honest with you,
but you love doing it while you're working, but you don't.
Not a big music guy.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's kind of weird. It's a little too much. You know what I mean? It's a little too look at me.
Wow.
It's a little cringy. Music's a little cringy.
I know. And don't you love a little cringe?
Depends. Like to me, okay, straight up.
Yeah.
Now that like I've been indoctrinated by musical theater and all this theater stuff that you and your daughter have absolutely brainwashed me into.
You're welcome. I dream my life would be.
I will say it's more impressive because it's like, okay, you're singing, you're dancing, you're acting, you're interfacing. You know what I mean? Where music's a little basic. It's just kind of like you just play the same song every day. It's just like the same thing. You just sing it.
This is a hot take.
You know what I'm saying? It's a little more. It's a little basic. Music's. I think we're kind of done with it. Music's good. I like music, but I'm just saying in general.
Whoa.
You guys, music is good. I'm down with it. But it is, you know what it is? It's like, it's the singing show. It's like dissecting the music's too much for me. I like, there's a band, there's an artist, there's a thing. I don't like breaking it down into like parts. Like now there's just a person who sings. Like I don't like that. Like keep it mysterious.
You're a complex character.
Yeah, I am. And that's why I just want a regular life, man. I just want to sit on a porch. You know what I mean? What was your question?
I don't remember. Oh, I just said I feel like singing. And do you ever feel like singing?
Well, I think most people really do. I mean, I see people singing in their cars. They see people singing in the shower all the time.
I think get into the comments and you all let us know. Do you ever wake up and feel like today I just gotta sing or I gotta dance?
Yeah.
Let us know. Like what, or are you like Evan, who's never been something that you've ever woken up and considered or have a desire to do?
Yeah. Please let us know.
Anywho.
How often do you have this feeling? Is this regular for you?
No.
I feel like it's a release for you. It's not even like you like singing. It's like you're trying to escape something.
Wow. You know what? I started it. It was just.
No, honestly, don't you kind of agree with me?
I was just trying to make a joyful noise to the Lord.
No, yeah, exactly. I don't think you actually love singing that much. I think it's for you. It's like a stress reliever.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly,
it's like instead of screaming into a pillow, you're going to sing.
I think you're right.
You're trying to transport yourself to another dimension where you're like living a completely different life.
No, genuinely, I think you're right. And you know why I think I woke up this way?
Why?
It's because last night, Evan and I watched episodes 6 and 7. 6, 7. We have almost preteen in our house.
We hear about, I don't even know, still don't even know what it is, but
we watched episodes 6 and 7 of this season of Love is Blind. And I was so unbelievably stressed out watching it that I went to bed very anxious. And I woke up, I think, feeling the need to sing out my stress.
Yes.
And so I think you might be right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So anyway.
Shocker, I'm right. Weird.
So unbelievable.
What alternative reality are we living in?
Unbelievable transition. Let's talk about Love is Blind.
Oh, I'm actually very excited to talk about this one because this one was, for all of you who have watched it, it was insane. For all of you just here to hang out with us, we'll tell you about it. Yeah.
We're going to talk episodes 6 and 7 today, which we're covering the couple's time in Mexico.
Always a very telling time.
It's always the reveal.
Time. Like, there's no reveal, but then Mexico truly, it's like the stress has gone down a little bit. The initial kind of shock has gone down a little bit. And now we're just sitting in each other's presence.
Yeah.
And
you're waking up next to someone you don't know.
It's insane to climb into bed next to someone after you met them the day before.
You're having your
on a 5-day trip.
You're having your nighttime routine.
Yes.
And absolutely no. I could never do this show. But we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, let's get into it.
So let's dive in. But first, we're going to take a quick pause. So family, today we are talking about the couple's Mexico vacation. But as soon as they get home, finances will be a big old conversation. Okay. And speaking of finances, real talk, you know that moment when you confidently open your bank app thinking you're just doing fine. And suddenly you're like, wait, why is my balance giving like mystery vibes and where did it all go? Same Same. Turns out I had subscriptions quietly piling up, things I swear I never meant to sign up for. Like, how did it even happen? And Rocket Money has saved me. Rocket Money is this personal finance app that helps you find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and actually helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. And let me tell you, they have found subscriptions I totally forgot even existed or that I didn't even know about. Like recently, the other day, there was something that I ended up not knowing that I was signing up for. You were with me when this happened.
Oh, yeah.
I was buying a friend a gift and they did a sneaky slip in that made you join their subscription, $40 a month. I didn't even know that I did it. You know who saved me? Rocket Money. They were like, hey, just FYI, $40 every month. And I'm like, wait, what is this even?
Yeah, very grateful. Very grateful.
Thank you, Rocket Money. I feel like finally someone has turned the lights on in my financial life.
It's been huge for us.
Huge.
Their dashboard lays out everything in one clean place. Bills, paydays, upcoming expenses, so you can finally see your whole financial picture without digging into a million different apps. We even set up custom budgets automatically based on our past spending, which has honestly helped us understand where the money was slipping away. And if you've got a savings goal, Rocket Money can help analyze your accounts and show you the best time each month to put money aside as well. It's basically doing all the heavy lifting for you.
Oh, it's so great. And my favorite part, Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you. They'll actually talk to customer service so you don't have to. And as someone with phone call anxiety, it's a gift from above, okay? Rocket Money's 10 million members save up to $740 a year when they use all the premium features, and they've already saved users over $2.5 billion, including $880 million in canceled subscriptions alone. We are some of those happy customers. We are so grateful for Rocket Money. So if you're tired of wasting money on things you don't use, go check it out. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/momdad today. That's rocketmoney.com/momdad. rocketmoney.com/momdad. Okay, family. So today, like I said, we are talking episodes 6 and 7 of Love is Blind, which is their time in Mexico. Disclaimer per usual. Yes, this season came out a hot minute ago, but your father and I know nothing. Typical disclaimer. We know absolutely nothing. We know no spoilers. We don't know if we're talking shit on someone, turns out they're actually a really nice person. We find that out later. Or if we say we love somebody and turns out they've done some terrible things. We don't know. We don't know because we haven't checked online because I don't want to get any spoilers. There's the disclaimer. With that being said, I don't think there's any wonderful people on this season. The end. Good night. Turn the volume.
Yeah, wonderful is definitely like asking a lot. I would say that, usually there's like one couple where you're like, they're beautiful. This is amazing. Their relationship's beautiful. We love this. Yeah. Everything's got a little dirt on it.
I feel bad saying this because, you know, deep down, she's a people pleaser. I don't like anyone on this season.
But very fun to watch.
Very fun to watch, but I don't like anybody on this season. You know what? It's not because everybody, you know, there's some people that they're fine. But even the people that are like, they're fine.
Something going on.
They're just kind of rubbing me the wrong way. And I feel bad saying that because maybe it's not your fault. Yeah. And it's the show's fault. But everyone's really rubbing me the wrong way. And honestly, end of day, as of right now, episode 7, I think the person who I'm down with the most is Anton, who I talked shit on first episode and was super suspicious of. And you know what?
He's been the all-star of the post pods.
He said
just in regards to being chill.
He said a couple things that threw me off in this episode, but in general, overall,
I'm not comparing to like life standard. I'm just comparing to everyone else. Yeah, that's all you can compare it to. Is like he's the most chill, laid back, least offensive, weird, hurtful. Like he hasn't done anything. No. Like even Allie has said more than he has. That could be construed as like either combative or judgmental or whatever. He has literally been like, whoa, crazy.
I've got my flags up a little bit with Allie being like, you know, asking about the ring prices.
I did not expect him to be the like our favorite so far.
But for instance, like while he's talking to Allie about the ring prices, we thought that he was going to be this guy who's fake flexing.
Yeah,
he right away
not
looked at
at all.
Allie and he goes, well, I might be the wrong guy if you want an expensive ring. And I was like,
he's like, I spent $5,000. I'm not, he said something like, I'm happy that like the hotel's paid for, the trip's paid for, because I already spent $5,000 on that ring. I couldn't afford a trip. And she's like, $5,000, like at minimum 10. So it was like, and he was like, well, you're the wrong guy. He didn't go like, are you serious? He didn't combat at all.
And
he was
he also
super
didn't
chill.
go, oh yeah, baby, I can afford all
Exactly.
of that. But you know what? Now all of a sudden that I just had a thought. This didn't dawn on me until right now.
What?
They don't pay for the rings.
No.
So why did he tell her that he paid $5,000 for the ring?
Oh, are you? Oh no, they as in the people don't pay for the ring.
No.
Maybe they split it or something. Maybe there's some sort of.
No. Those rings are from production.
Are you 100% sure?
I am.
There's a chance. There's a chance that
sure.
I don't know. There's a chance that the production doesn't pay for everyone's ring.
Does Love Is Blind pay for the engagement rings?
Because that'd be a lot.
Why isn't this easy to find?
Like they probably don't know.
Yes, Love Is Blind pays for the engagement rings.
He's smart.
So I take back what I said about Anton.
Yeah, no, but like maybe they do some sort of thing where like if they end up getting married, they pay for it.
No, it says that like they.
I'm saying there might be a deal like that where like you pay for it, and then if you get married, they reimburse you.
I've heard about this. They pay for the ring. So okay, so never mind. I take back what I said about Anton. Everybody I'm not into.
No, but we don't. Whatever. But like
maybe he didn't mean that. Maybe
he was testing it. Maybe he was kind of going, this is like all like, you know, like.
Well, that's weird though too. Then to be testing.
Well, who knows?
You know what? I don't even know what I think anymore. I don't care for anybody.
But let's just say
there it is,
behaviorally, boom. Anton is the most chill
Yeah.
and least combative, least issued person so far. That's what we're gonna say.
Facts on facts.
Yeah. Okay.
So
let's get into a couple.
Yes, let's go couple by couple per usual. Let's start with Joan. Oh, yeah. Actually, you know what? I do have to make one small acknowledgement before we start talking.
What? No more.
That is so rude. My acknowledgement is I have to take a moment to acknowledge Nick Lachey's jacket.
Oh, well, they both had a very Hunger Games energy.
Family,
it was like black leather, but like the neck was like up, but not up like fawns. It was like up in, which is very like future.
He looked like he was going Prince of the Underworld vibes. Yeah. Family,
And she had like poof things that was very like, welcome to the Gunga
If you did
Games.
not notice when you were watching the style, when it was at the very end of episode 7, when they were returning back to Denver, Evan and I paused it and I'm like, what in the Hunger Games is happening with the fashion? And I'm going to tell you what, I don't want Nick and Vanessa, I don't want her to be in some cute dress and him to be in slacks and a button-down shirt. I want over the top. I want like Alan Cumming style. I want them to start dressing so elaborately because
I like the idea of
because sorry, Nick, but like the clothes
I
wear
love the
you.
idea of Nick starting to wear like crazy makeup, like crazy eyeshadow with like demon eye. Like he's just like, welcome.
Because Alan Cumming wears the clothes because he serves fashion, because he's a fashion god like no one will believe. And this is so sorry, I'm not trying to read you, Nick, but like the clothes wear Nick. So I want Nick to start wearing wild fashion because it will tickle me in a way because it just looks.
Also, I just love because Nick is such like seems like such a golden retriever energy. Yeah. I just love the idea that like if it was a cute girl who's like doing wardrobe, she could compliment him into wearing anything. Does that make sense? Like he's in there and she just pulls out this ridiculous coat. Like she has a bet with her friends. And she's like, I'm gonna see what I can get him to wear today. And then she's like, oh my God, Nick, you look amazing. He's like, really? I do. I feel a little awkward. He's like, no, you are incredible. He's like, okay. And he goes, you know what I'm saying?
She gets him to wear full wings.
Yeah. And just like,
they're dropping him down on a line in full feathered wings.
And she knows he has like a little crush on her. So she she's always has this bet, like, what should I bring to work in today to get Nick to wear? So today was the first day. It was like weird, future.
Wait, I love.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just had to really acknowledge that. Was that an okay acknowledgement?
That was a good acknowledgement.
See, it wasn't a disclaimer.
I thought you were going to do this disclaimer.
I wasn't doing a sound disclaimer or a spoiler disclaimer. I wasn't letting my anxiety get the best of me.
Don't be mad at us disclaimer.
I wasn't letting my anxiety just, All
right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's talk about... Are we going to do Madison and Joe first?
Let's talk about Joe and Madison. We absolutely must. And To start this conversation off, may I say that Joe triggers me in every possible way that a human man can. I am so triggered by this man. And I don't know if it's a personal thing or if everyone is feeling rabidly triggered by him. But I just want to say we knew it. And the second he came on screen in episode 1, I was like, this guy, there's something shifty. I don't like him. There's going to be problems. And he proved me right.
It's so interesting. This is like a masterclass in follow your gut.
It really is.
Right? It's super
really
interesting.
is.
No, I will say this. For both people. Because let's be honest, right? Let's cut and dry the situation. He's not into her. Right?
Yeah.
So the respectful thing he should have done is been like, I really liked you in the pods. I'm not attracted to you. This is tough for me. And you should have cut it off early and been like, this is tough for me.
Yeah, and is that absolutely yuck? Yes, but
no, I'm just saying, like, if
you're
it's
being real and you're not dragging someone
exactly.
through. Yeah,
if you're being real, and it's kind of like the situation with what's her name, the blonde girl who was horrible to, you know what I'm saying? Patrick. It was like what she should have done is been like early on, been like, hey, this is tough for me. I'm not attracted to you. I'm so sorry. I don't think I can get there. And as hard as that is to say, it's what a person of integrity does.
Yeah.
Joe should have done the same thing. This is tough for me. Unfortunately, it's not going to work for me. Mm-hmm. I love you, respect you. You're amazing. But unfortunately, she should go, hey, I know something's up. Yeah. I don't believe a word you say. I'm lying to myself. I need to cut this off. But when you're not honest and you're not following your gut, this creates this cesspool of like sewage that they're living in, where both sides know they're lying to each other. Both sides won't admit it. And then they're just sitting there going, I like you. Oh, you like me, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I like you too. And it's just... I
agree, Evan.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So that's obviously like the base of it. And then we can talk about what they're actually behaving like.
No, I fully agree with you. When they first got to Mexico in that first evening, they were floating around in the hot tub. I was viscerally uncomfortable.
Oh, so uncomfortable.
When I tell you I could barely watch it. Like, I could barely watch it because we have Sweet Madison, who is feeling like part of her, obviously she knows something's up.
Yeah.
But the other part of her, she's feeling great and playful, and she's attracted to Joe, and she's excited about it, and she was really into him in the pods. So she's jumping into the water. She's trying to be flirty and playful and sexy with him, but he is reeking of, I can't even like look in your direction. I'll kiss you, but then I'll pull away and look away. I won't answer any of your questions. Like, there was one point where she looked at him and said, well, you know, she said, I'm so into you. Do you feel that way about me? Could you be with me for forever or something
she
like
said,
that?
I feel like you're my person.
Thank you. There it is.
And then she goes, do you feel like I'm your person? And then it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, the beat was crazy.
And there was another moment where she said, and we had another beat where she said, well, do you find me attractive or not? And he says, no. Yeah. He says no.
It was like the classic, like your brain said the word for you and then you corrected it.
He said, oh my God. So they're in the pool, right? Or in the jacuzzi. And we have Joe in the ITMs being stuttery, doing everything he can in his power to try to paint himself out of this. He's trying to make sure that he doesn't say anything that's going to get him canceled.
It was like he was doing the like super PC. So, for me, where I'm at personally in the relationship to attraction, like he was literally trying to put it in like a PR statement.
And it was just like, Joe, he basically says, I'm into thinner women. Usually. That's my preference. That's in the past. It's a thinner woman, preference wise.
He's like Mel with the younger one. He's like, I'm a new guy now. It's different.
Everything's changed for me, and it's just usually, and he's stumbling all over the place, and I am literally, I was fuming. I was seeing red because what happened. This man is just he is the man that gives every woman a complex. Everything about him gives every woman a complex.
The words don't match
but
everything else about what he's doing.
Just what he's saying in general, talking body type, just it gives every woman a complex. Okay, and then from there, he goes from the ITMs where he's saying, "I'm not attracted to this person typically." And he's stumbling all over, so we know what's actually happening. Yeah, he goes from there to being in the hot tub with her, kissing her neck to get laid. And that is where I say every woman, it's just trigger city. Yeah. Because this is where then every woman where Madison is walking away so heart-wrenched and confused. Yeah. Because it's like, well, on the one hand, he's saying this, but on the other hand, he's making out with my neck and wanting to sleep with me and doing everything he can, but then waking up the next morning and putting distance between us. I mean, it was so upsetting.
Well, because he did this thing too in that ITM where he was talking about what he's normally attracted to. And then he says this, he goes, but the physical is coming together with the emotional, which is nice.
Yes.
So him basically saying like, I can get over it or something. Him trying to sell us, trying to like BS us on this, like, the fact that we can tell something's very much up.
And when she knew it too.
She keeps asking. Because she knows that the words coming out of his mouth don't match his entire energy.
And what was absolutely breaking my heart, where I was like, oh my gosh, Madison, trust your gut, is those moments where she kept saying, well, like, I know I'm really hot.
Yeah, she would say.
And she said, you were acting weird when you first came out, but I assumed it's because you're nervous because I'm very attractive. And she's trying to lead him. She's leading him. She's trying to say, please tell me how you feel.
And he'd just be like, yeah, so I was nervous.
She's like, I know I'm beautiful. Please affirm and tell me that it was because you were nervous and all those things. But she's trying to emphasize it more because she's feeling that there's something off. Yes. And then that carries into, then they have a date the next day. No, they have the boat ride date the next day. Yes. And she immediately, she's talking in the ITMs about how it was great and he's great in bed. So we know that they had sex, which again is leading back to what I was saying. It's like we see him. This is why I couldn't be on the show, family. To be Madison in this situation, experience what I experienced in real life, which was a guy who I'm engaged to telling me that he wants to be with me, telling me he thinks that I'm attractive, affirming to me he thinks I'm attractive, getting me into bed, having sex with me. That's my reality. And then I watch the show and I see him in ITMs talking about how I'm not his type. I could never. Let me live in a world where I don't have feedback from somebody. Okay. Yeah. Like, I'm just living in that world. But then, it carries on into the boat ride where she's saying, he was great in bed, but she's just like asking him, so do you really love me? Yeah. And then she's shifting into, well, I don't feel like you ever say it. You never say it. You don't say it. I'm always the first to say it.
Why? Like, I love you, and I'm like, I love you too. Not him initiating.
Like, why are you not initiating? Why are you not initiating? You only initiate during our sexy times.
Sure.
And so even in that moment, right after they had slept together, she's feeling in her gut, I don't feel safe in this space with him because I'm now waking up the next day feeling off and not affirmed. Yeah. And even though I'm engaged to this guy, he hasn't made me feel safe in that space that he cares about me in that way.
Yeah. Really tough. Really, really tough to watch this go down. Because from obviously a third party perspective without emotions engaged, it's very obvious what's going on. But for her, she's in it. And so she's trying to, have I lost my mind? This guy, says he loves me. Everything's great. We just had sex twice. It's good, right? It's good. It's good. Yeah. Maybe it's just he doesn't act like I normally am used to. He's good. It's good. Like, when you're just telling yourself something that is weird. So watching that in real time is really tough.
Oh, and then I'm confused because on that boat ride, she then brings up the fact that she struggles with not feeling enough, and she felt that way last night. She felt sick. And he's like, well, that wasn't my intention. I find you beautiful. He's like, it's just in the past, I've had my certain type. And so I'm like, are you telling me that then at some point when we didn't have the cameras in there, that he told her that she's not his type?
Probably, yeah. Probably got into it.
And I want to know, how did he say it?
Yeah.
Was that post-sex? Was that like
Probably.
pillow talk
clarity.
after? I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
And that carries that
into the
feeling
hang.
Carries into the first group hang that they had together, which let's talk about in a moment, but we got to take another quick pause. So family, honestly, we need to pause because the emotional whiplash of this episode has my heart doing gymnastics. And whenever I get like this, I go straight to my comfort place, scrolling through old videos of Ember. You know the ones. Oh. It's the baby teeth. It's the lopsided ponytails. It's the videos of Ember pointing at Evan saying, love you, Dada. Oh God.
Immediate serotonin.
I'm like, immediate emotions. And recently, I realized that those little everyday moments, the ones you don't even think about, end up being the ones you miss the most. Trust me, I'm feeling that as Ember just had her birthday. Like, it is palpable. That's why I'm obsessed with aura frames. It's like you get to keep the magic of normal life alive all the time right there in your home. The other day, I uploaded this random 12-second clip of Ember singing in the back seat. Not a performance, not pose, just her being her. And within seconds, it popped up on my mom's aura frame. She immediately texted me and we were connecting. It was perfect. Aura makes distance feel small. It makes normal life feel special. Aura frames are our absolute favorite. They are our favorite gifts to give. They
great.
Connect more than anything. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
Like, it's the best. It's the best.
I agree. And seriously, the setup couldn't be easier too. You download the Aura app, connect the frame to Wi-Fi, and instantly you're adding unlimited photos and videos. No subscriptions, no fees. It just works. The quality is wild too. The photos look like actual prints. Even candid ones look like they've been taken by someone way more talented than me. And I love that our whole family can upload stuff throughout the year too. It turns into this living family album that updates itself. And pro tip, you can preload your frame before gifting it, which means you can basically win Christmas without even wrapping anything, because each frame comes in this gorgeous gift box with no price tag. Holiday cheat code unlocked.
Oh, it's so good. Yep. And listen, gifting is hard. We all have that one person who swears they don't need anything. Aura is the thing that proves them wrong in the sweetest way possible. It's sentimental without being cheesy. It's techie without being complicated. And honestly, it truly is the only gift that I've ever seen make my dad tear up twice. And we love that. Again, Aura frames are our favorite. It's meant so much to our family. It's connected our family so much. It's my favorite thing to have in our own home. It's amazing. So here's the deal. For a limited time, visit auraframes.com and get $45 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code MOMDAD at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code MOMDAD. This exclusive Black Friday Cyber Monday deal is their best of the year, so order now before it ends. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. Again, that's auraframes.com, promo code MOMDAD. Okay, so then we see Joe and Madison join everybody. This is the scene.
This is the first meeting
where everyone gets together and they're all seeing everyone for the first time that they've been talking to in the pods. Didn't know what they looked like. It's very exciting. This is one of my favorite moments.
Yes.
And Joe is just the worst. So Joe is kind of off, mostly with Jordan, mostly hanging out with the guys. And at one point, Madison goes over to him to initiate kind of some cute conversation.
Yeah.
And she's like, so how's my tasteful underboob? Like, what's happening with my tasteful underboob?
Again, reaching out for another compliment. So it always comes back to this, do you like me? Are you attracted to me? And she finds different ways of engaging with that.
And she's basically just like, tell me that my underboob's sexy.
And he literally looks and goes, yeah, but none.
Yeah, he goes, not too much, actually.
Yeah.
She's like, acknowledge my sexy, tasteful underboob.
I'm trying to get you to say something nice to me.
And he literally checks it out and he goes,
he's like a
not
doctor.
Really.
He's like, actually, very little underboob.
Just out of body. And then he starts razzing Jordan in front of everybody. And it becomes extremely uncomfortable because it's also unkind. So it's like,
Weird.
I get when we're having a playful back and forth. Like me and you, for instance, so you and I were playful back and forth. We get a little spicy with each other, but we're both like acknowledging that this is what we like and we like to engage in this.
Well, there's also like, if someone's naturally funny and they roast a friend, generally it goes back and forth. There's kind of
Are you saying we're naturally funny?
No, well, we are, but what I'm saying is I'm speaking more honestly with like the boys roasting each other, which is kind of what was happening there. It wasn't a couple roast. It was them too. Generally, it's like you're making everyone laugh with the roasts. The person's liking it. You're doing it in a way that's not just weird. His was not funny, and it was just. And you just met each other too, like, or that actually they knew each other, but it was like, it wasn't friendly. No. Does that make sense? It was almost like they were fighting over the same girl energy or something. Like it was a weird vibe. Like he was just insulting his looks and his body, and he was saying weird shit, and it was kind of like constant. Like it didn't have a playful energy to it. I thought they were beefing for a second. Like it was really weird.
We also both think that he was trying to get Sparkle Megan's attention.
Something, or maybe just make Jordan look bad. To kind of make him look good. I don't know what it was, but it didn't feel good.
I think he was trying to get Sparkle Megan's attention too. I swear. I feel it in my bones.
But it was even weird because remember later on the second hang when they're around the fire?
Yeah.
Joe starts roasting him again when they're like being vulnerable and honest. And then like it was weird and he kept doing it, like interrupting him. And then even Jordan said, well, I don't need Megan to make me feel bad. I got Joe here. Like it's I can't put my finger on what's happening, but it was weird and it was mean. And
he's telling him like how pasty he is. Has he ever seen the sun? He asks why his nipples are so dark, which is like
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't
such an incredibly personal thing to talk about one's nipples when you're like
especially in front of their partner, meeting them for the first time. Weird.
Like it's so weird. He's talking about like the salt on his nose, well, he gets really bothered by mouth smells. Yeah. And so simultaneously, Madison had walked up to him and tried to engage with him. So number one, as the audience, we're seeing that Joe is being unkind and just absolutely razzing Jordan in not a nice way. And then we also see that Madison tried to engage with him and Joe, it's not his priority. He doesn't care about engaging with Madison. He kind of does like
totally, and then just goes back to talking with the boys and then leaves her.
And his razzing is so bad that we see the whole group is uncomfortable, and even Annie like, calls him out.
From me,
Annie's just like, your energy sucks. Yeah. Stay far away from me.
Right, so he's turning everyone off.
It was the only time in the season that I was like, yes, Annie, yes.
Yeah.
but genuinely, everyone's tweaked. Now, Joe is hammered.
Not at first, though. He gets hammered. But that's what I'm saying is it's like he had a couple drinks in him, so he felt a little more courage, and he made everyone feel really uncomfortable, and then it got drunker and drunker and drunker to where he's like slurring, he can't talk. Like,
and now we see hammered Joe. We also see hammered Jordan, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
As I'm watching hammered Joe and hammered Jordan and seeing their partners' reactions and responses and feelings, I wrote down in my notes, I'm like, you know what? You know what needs to be required before you ever get into an official relationship is a night out.
A drunk night out.
It doesn't need to be drunk. That's what I'm saying. Just a night out in general.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
A night out is
a test.
It's important because number one, if the person that you're seeing isn't sober,
yes,
you see how they handle their liquor in a way of, okay, are they going to use self-control by not overindulging?
Do they know how to be? Do they get angry? Do they get sweet? Do they treat me nicer or worse?
How do they handle my friends?
Yeah.
How are they around their friends? Do they make me and moments with me a priority when we're out? Do they touch base with me? There are so many things that will eventually come up in a relationship that you get in one night out. One long night out, you will find out the dynamic with friends, the alcohol situation, can they start conversations with new people situation? Do they want to touch base with you? Do you guys have a similar love language in needing to be connected, or do you not care about staying connected and you just at the end of you find out a lot about how a person is and how you feel about how they are and how you are in your guys' dynamic on a night out. So just as a side note, if you're seeing somebody and you're always just going on dates alone or staying alone at one of your places, go before you make it official, do a long night out. You will see a different side of somebody. Agreed. And you might like it or you might hate it. And that's going to be a big tell.
Agreed.
Because Madison saw Joe on a night out and she did not like it.
Not at all.
So he's trashed. There's that. But also a side note that I would like to say is the fact that production on this show is not protecting their cast. Obviously, yes. Is he a grown man and is he making certain choices? Yeah. Sure. I don't know how much is going on behind the scenes, but just to production needs to get their shit together. Like the fact that they're allowing it as an option that their cast members who are being filmed are getting overserved like that is a problem. Like production needs to get their shit together. Just side note.
It is revealing though. It's a little bit of a real world situation. Like if you were at a pool drinking, that's what they would do. I know, but it's like they this is part of a responsibility to protect cast and the fact that they're not is like a huge issue. Yeah. That's a huge issue. But Joe's overserved. Madison is upset. She pulls him aside. She's like, "Hey, what's going on? Like, are you okay? What's the deal? I feel like I'm trying to connect with you. Like, we want to go talk somewhere?" And he is trying to... This is like where it really descends into just like... He's trying to stay standing up. And then he's like, I'm going to go back to the room. Yeah. And she's like, you want me to come with you? And he's like, no, unless you want to. And he keeps throwing unless you want to. He's like, stay. No, you stay hang out unless you want to. I found it to be very telling that in the midst of a very drunk episode that he was using emotional manipulation to make her feel bad. Even in the midst of that. Yeah. Like when you're that drunk, you're like, we gotta go to the... It's fine. But the fact that he kept going like, no, I don't, no, you stay here unless you want to. And kept throwing that in. So weird. I don't like it. So weird. I don't like it. Yeah, it was really not cool. But I was also weirded out by him doing it because I was confused. I was like, why is he saying if you want to? Because I'm like, I think he wants to get away from her. So it was almost like, I don't know what he was doing. You think he would be like, stay here. I want to get away from you. Right. I'm gonna, but then he was like doing this if you want to thing. So I don't know what that was. I think it's just manipulation. Well, I think it's also drunk guy who probably is like, I want someone with me in that room. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So then he goes back to the room because he said I'm going to take a nap, which we all know is not real. No one that drunk goes and takes a nap. They're done. They're not coming back. You wake up in the middle of the night. There's no nap. You go to bed at 4 p.m. And then you wake up at 1 a.m. and go, oh shit, where is it? What happened today? Where is everybody? What ended up happening? And what ensues is one of the more wild things I've ever witnessed when she walks in after and is leaning over him and goes, Joe, wake up. And he goes, Jesus Christ. So it's nighttime. She scares him though when she's standing over him and goes, Joe, and it's super sweet, Joe, wake up. He goes, it's fucking Jesus fucking fuck. Well, he also like... I mean, that's not the reaction that you want when you wake up your betrothed. He also has no idea who she is, where he's at for a good 5 minutes. He goes, hey, what are you getting all ready for? Like he doesn't, she's like, what? He is so out of it for a good minute or two where she thinks there's something wrong. Like she's about to call the medic. Yeah, 100%. I would feel the same way. He's like, where are you going? She's like, what? She's like, where you been? Why are you getting all dressed up? He's like, no, she's like, I was at the party. I just got back. And he goes, you were at the party? He's like, you were at the party? When was it? And it's like, oh, like he is out of it. And later on he goes, have you ever woken up before? Like, you know what I mean? So you have to give him grace for that. Oh. So when he does, and then he does the drunk gaslighting thing, and we all have seen someone do this. Well, if we've not done it ourselves, is when someone's telling you you're drunk and you're like, no, I am not drunk. And he's like, have you ever heard of someone more sober than you'll ever be? When you wake up, haven't you ever woken up before, Madison? Like you woke me up out of nowhere and I was just a little confused. Have you never woken up before? And it's like, are you for real going to tell me right now that you are not about to absolutely fall on your face plastered? You didn't even know that I was at the party. Well, this is his hell because he's being woken up by the woman he doesn't want to be with and she's berating him and he's so drunk and out of it he doesn't even know what's happening. So he's like, he wakes up and she's like tweaked at him honestly, like, are you okay? You don't even answer my question. What's happening? So then she's kind of starting to spiral, and he's getting more annoyed as she's spiraling, and it's becoming like a toxic high school fight.
And I'm sure she's also intoxicated.
Of course. So she's drunk too, coming in, feeling all, the tension of the day, embarrassed that he got drunk and left. He was being rude to her, all the shit.
She keeps telling him how embarrassing it is, how embarrassing. And he's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And he keeps going in and out of bed. She is doing the thing where she tells him, like, no, I don't need you right now. And then steps 2 feet away and starts loudly crying, staring at him because she wants him to ask her if she's okay.
She steps like literally 20 feet away and just goes, and he's in bed, like, he goes, oh God. I can hear you crying. And she's like, and you're not even coming out to talk to me. And he's like, if you want me to, I don't want you to want. I want you to want to come out. Like, it just became this like toxic, like, oh my God.
And then at some point he like then comes for her and kind of puts the blame on her. And then she's like, are you kidding me? I'm not sleeping in this room. I'm sleeping in another room. She leaves, keeps the door open.
And he starts crying louder.
Loudly outside the door. And I was like, this is bad, everybody. End this relationship immediately.
Shit. Imagine night 2 of hanging out with someone and you're kicked out / sleeping on the couch / like you're so mad and it's so bad that you can't even be in the same room together. I mean, that is iconically bad.
Again, as Evan said, trust your gut. I was like, Madison, baby girl. From everything I can see, this is how I'm feeling. Madison seems like a doll. She's a stunning, stunning woman. Many people would be happy to be with her. And I'm like, baby girl, you deserve so much more.
Yeah.
What this is doing is this is creating a toxic, unsafe feeling space for you. And now you are spiraling and you are getting to an unhealthy spot yourself because you are needing that affirmation. You gotta go. Like, you gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of here because you know in your gut that this guy is shady. You know he's shady. And I'm sorry, but this man is here for the followers. This man is here to get famous. And now he's caught himself in a situation where he's like, how am I going to get out? He is counting down the hours till they are at the altar so he can say no. And he is trying to think of a reason to say no that will get him the least shit on social media and walk away with followers. That is exactly what this guy is doing.
Oh
no
God.
Questions asked. Because the next day when they end up waking up, she's like, I missed my Joe cuddles. And he's like, I'm really sorry. And they apologize to each other. And I guess they end up having more sex because she then brings it up to the girls. And she's like, she's also doing the thing too with the girls where she's like, we had problems, sure, but I'm so glad that we've had these problems because like now we're good. We front loaded our drama and now we're gonna be fine.
My favorite quote of both episodes is it's really great because we've front loaded the drama. She needs to work for a major corporation. It's like their stock is plummeting when they first start the business and they're like, it's fantastic because we're front loading our failures and losses so that it's really only up from here.
Yeah.
Like, that was hilarious.
That was wild.
To tell someone it's nice because we're front loading the drama because we've been fighting for 2 days straight and the only 2 days we've known each other is one of the most iconically like corporate responses you can give to like, it's been hell.
Yeah.
And also lying about the sex. Let's be real. Because Megan says earlier that like her and Jordan have had the best sex of her life. And then Megan, and then Madison is like, same. If we're speaking candidly, it's unbelievable. The sex we were having is incredible. And it's like, we get it. Like, you don't have to do that. Like, it's not that good. It's just probably the only moment you feel kind of connected to each other.
And as she's saying this, he's talking to the guys. Yeah. And he's realizing, because apparently he forgot that the wedding is 3 weeks away, and you see him start to...
He goes, what?
With 3 weeks.
What are you talking about?
And you see
since when?
You see the wheels turning of like, again, okay, I need to craft my excuse as to why I'm going to leave her at the altar because that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
He's going to drag her all the way to the altar.
World.
He's not going to leave her before. Seeing the way that he's responding the next morning and keeps being like, I am attracted to you. I'm so sorry. But he clearly is not. He is dragging this woman to the altar to break her heart because he wants to get followers and be famous. I know it.
There's no world where this goes through.
Absolutely not.
There's no world. It's just going to be really how much more pain is Madison going to endure.
God.
And that's kind of their relationship.
That's their relationship, and it's very, very upsetting. Very upsetting. Okay. Next, I want to talk about Nick and Annie.
Oh, nice.
I want to talk about Nick and Annie.
Weird.
What
a weird vibe.
Hey. Yeah, I have a lot to say about
it. So weird.
Let's talk about Nick and Annie. But let's take another quick pause first, family. So, was I prepared for the stress for when every time Madison asked Joe if he liked her and he sat there with an awkward pause and made us all stop breathing? No, I was not prepared. And once I'm all frazzled and in that spiral headspace, my brain is like, did I forget to text someone back? Did I pay that bill? Did I embarrass myself in 2017? That's when I reach for IndaCloud. It's basically my shut up thoughts button. I'll take a gummy, sit on the couch, and suddenly the chaos of the day is like, we'll circle back tomorrow, baby. The vibes are vibing. The stress is melting. My brain that was writing a 12-episode Netflix drama, she's now giggling at the dog trying to eat imaginary crumbs on TikTok. And FYI, consistency. I'm talking every time I use IndaCloud, I know exactly what I'm getting. It's become one of my faves to unwind, reading, sitting, staring out the window, pretending I'm in a music video, whatever the night requires. And if you're 21 years or older, head to indacloud.co and use code MOMDAD for 40% off your first order plus free shipping.
Yeah, IndaCloud is like having a dispensary in your pocket, but without the weird eye contact with a guy named Tank. They make federally legal hemp-derived THC gummies, potent pre-rolls, and more, all third-party DEA certified, lab tested, all shipped discreetly so you know exactly what's in your stuff. No mystery bounties someone's cousin's made during a power outage. And I love the variety. They've got sleep gummies for when your brain is heckling you at 1 a.m., daytime options that make small talk survivable, and their pre-rolls perfect for when you suddenly believe you can assemble IKEA furniture without the instructions.
Truly. And what I love is that no matter what mood I'm in, IndaCloud has something for it. Light little chill, got it. Full goodbye world, I'm floating into a cozy cloud dimension, also got it. And with over 50,000 happy customers, you're in good hands or clouds. So if you're 21 years of age or older, head to indacloud.co and use code MOMDAD for 40% off your first order plus free shipping. It's IndaCloud's biggest sale of the year, and it's live all month long. No 12-hour panic buys here, okay? That's indacloud.co, code MOMDAD for 40% off, free shipping, and the only Black Friday upgrade that comes with actual belly laughs and not long lines. As always, please enjoy responsibly, and thanks to IndaCloud for sponsoring today's episode. All right, so let's talk Nick and Annie, who, by the way, are absolutely siblings or dating for sure. Like, I've never seen more siblings or dating.
Oh, yeah, siblings are dating, yeah.
I mean, they are kind of identical twins.
Yeah, they even Annie even said, like, we're the same person.
They look the same. They act the same. You know, they got off the plane to Mexico, and I right away wrote, you know, that she has taken the dive into a heavy self-tan waters.
Mm-hmm.
She is Donald Orange. We are self-tanning. Mm-hmm. He is living for it. We're having all the moments with Nick and Annie where they're all cozy, cuddly. Yeah. We're perfect for each other. You know, almost 2 full episodes where there's absolutely no drama. Yeah. In the first few minutes, she's literally bouncing on his lap in a sexual way, where I was like, cameras, can you please leave? I don't want to be here for this. When they go to the party with everybody, it's only he's the man for me. Yeah. She's the woman for me. I've just been begging the guys to have a moment so that I could kiss you alone. Yeah. We're perfect. Really
kind of surface level. Like, I'm not seeing any deep convos. It seems to just be like, isn't this great vibes, you know, kind of performative, a lot of kissing, a lot of like, but kind of random. Yeah, just didn't, it was kind of hard to read. It was like, they seem to be good. Everyone like in the group's like, oh, they're so great for each other. But I'm like, you weren't getting a lot of depth to the connection. It felt just kind of for everyone else almost.
There was even a moment where at one point when they were in the pool after one of their nights together, they were talking about how sometimes it's just nice to be quiet. together.
Yeah, which kind of reeks of like we're not talking.
They talked about the night before, and it was like, yeah, it's just so nice that I can be quiet with you. It's like, okay, so when the cameras aren't there, maybe we're not really talking.
Yeah, like maybe it's not as great connecting wise as we thought.
We all know how I feel about Nick after what he did to Kate. We also know how I feel about Nick after the conversations that he publicly had about his future children and about the LGBTQ plus community. Same goes with Annie. So we all know how I feel. So I already have a heavy feeling of how I feel about this couple. But even if I did not have that pre-feeling, these two reek to me of, like you said, performative, of we are going to pose to the TV, to the audience as the perfect couple. Yeah. And we will get married.
Well, it's really,
but it's not because this is actually necessarily my person. I would almost marry any person in this situation. I'm very happy and glad that they also look like me. But I would marry almost any person in this situation because I want to, number one, be famous. Number two, create a platform where I can make money. Number three, get love and adoration from people. It's giving mega church energy. It's giving mega church pastor and his wife. It's like we will do anything we can to appear a certain way and to get accolades from people and have them wish that they had the perfect marriage. It's the couple that when you open up to them and say, yeah, you know, we've really been struggling because sometimes we're getting into arguments and our sex life has been a little off, that they go, oh, I'm so sorry. We've never had an argument once and our sex life is the hottest thing I've ever heard. I don't know what that's like.
They're the people that get married in 2 months and they start doing marriage counseling for people. You're like, what? I've been married for a month. No, they really don't seem interested in each other. They just really love the idea of a lifestyle. So it's like, it's always about getting married. It's always about having a husband, having a wife. My mom having a girlfriend at Thanksgiving because I have a girlfriend or a wife now. It seems like it kind of begins and ends there. Yes. It seems like she's getting married so that her mom will get off her back or something. It seems like he's getting married so that his mom won't give him a hard time. It doesn't have like a... Because they're not digging into actual issues ever. They're also never talking about what bothers them or like, you know what I mean? Like everyone else is kind of going, ooh, I'm trying to decide whether this is my person. They seem to be like, you check enough boxes, cool, let's just end it there and let's just do this thing. It's very weird. It's an interesting vibe, but she's also can't help herself but poke him a little bit. Like she's doing this thing, like when he'll say something like, oh yeah, I can't wait to be your dad because I can da-da-da-da. And she'd be like, well, you better da-da-da-da. And it's like, oh, okay. And then she'll jab at him constantly. And I will say, I don't like him. I don't like the way what he did in the pods. But if you're to take his actions just from Mexico onward, he's been extremely affirming and he's been consistent with her. Yes. He 100%. Kisses her. He makes out with her in front of everyone. He is nice to her. He doesn't like pull back. And he's constantly saying how much he appreciates her and how much he likes her. Totally. So it's like the guy is politically serving the purpose of like, I am giving you what you want. Yes. It's very weird, but it's true. He is. And I think he's got a way longer fuse than she does. Big time. But the two of them reek of politician energy. That's where in front of the camera, they're going to present. There was a moment where, numerous moments where, like you said, in that conversation about the dad or whatever too, he like cut her off and she got this big smile on her face and she started laughing and she goes, oh, you're going to cut me off, you know, when you do that. And they both laugh together. It's a lot of fake laughter. And they're tons of fake laughter. Oh, there's so much rage bubbling underneath the surface. It's like, well, you better not say that to my dad because that would really hurt my feelings. And you're like, that's not, I don't know why you're laughing. It's like when you're sitting with a couple and you know they hate each other, but they'll act like, oh, you know, Jerry, he never shows up for family events. Yeah. He's never there for us as a family. He's so funny. Sometimes I wonder if I even have a husband. Yeah, no, they are that couple. And everyone's like sitting there like, ooh. And that's going to keep bubbling up more and more and more and more and more. And it did. I mean, a little bit. And we'll talk about that. I will just quick side note tell you that I had a giggle when we saw them at the party. Yeah. Which, again, it was performative. We even hear a moment later at one point where Jordan's talking to Sparkle Megan, and he talks about how, like,
being around, oh, you had to be around Nick. Was that hard? He goes, actually, Nick wasn't so bad. So from the guy's perspective, in the men's side of the pods, Nick was clearly making them bonkers.
Yeah.
But they were even saying like, oh, in the party, he was really nice.
Yes.
He's presenting a different person. He's presenting for the cameras in a certain way, as is she. But it made me laugh so hard when they were at the party and Nick right away clocked Sparkle Megan's numerous Cartier bracelets. Yeah. So Sparkle Megan does have money.
Oh, yeah.
She's got numerous Cartier bracelets. Yeah. Fam, one of those like love bracelets, I think is like $10,000. Yeah. And she got like numerous of those. Nick clocked it and he goes, oh, love your Cartier, Sparkle Megan. You got to let me be your new dealer. Right. And I'm like, oh my God.
He's that guy.
It made me laugh. And he's like,
that guy.
Let me provide your Cartier. Yeah. And I was like, Sparkle Megan, stick with your current Cartier dealer or whatever you call them when you're buying Cartier bracelets. But point is, even though we feel the rage bubbling on the surface with these two, everything appears to be going smoothly until we get to the last evening in Mexico after their second party.
Can I preface this?
Yeah.
I at first was like confused, but then she's drunk.
She has to be.
She's drunk.
Totally drunk.
He doesn't seem to be drunk at all.
No.
So he seems to be like almost dead sober or like a glass of wine. She seemed to have had too many.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I can only describe this interaction as I have no clue what's happening.
I couldn't write down, Evan, I tried to write down notes and I stopped because I was like, this is the most confusing conversation I've ever witnessed on television in my life.
This is what I'll say about him. Incredible patience.
He really did. I can't stand the guy, but I have to.
He didn't snap once. He didn't walk away. He didn't go, I don't know what the hell's going on. He stayed. He cuddled with her multiple times through it. She put on one of the most bizarre circular fights I've ever seen in my life.
Honestly, it was kind of like an avant-garde performance.
It was like a performance.
It was like an art piece.
You don't even care about me. And then he would be like, I actually have been telling you I care about you so much and I have no doubts in our relationship and I think you're amazing. And she goes, you don't even care about me and I know it and you say it and you never say it. And he'd be like, no, I care about you so much. And then she'd be like, I love you so much. And then she would lay on him, but not as much as I love you. And you're like, what? And then he'd be like, I know I told you. He's like, I love you more than you'll ever love me. And then he'd be like, babe, you feel like you're trying to sabotage this. No, I'm not trying to sabotage this thing. And then lay back on him. But only you want to sabotage it. And then would get up again. Like it was insane. And he'd be like, hey, after about 20 minutes of this, he'd be like, hey, I love you. I care about you so much. I'm going to be here forever with you. How about we just go to sleep and just get a little bit of rest? You always do that. You want me to sleep. This isn't something we sleep off. I just want to cuddle with you, though. You're very soft, but not as soft as me. It was truly like, that wasn't much of an exaggeration.
No, it wasn't. No, literally, that could have been word for word. Watching it, I don't know how it started. I don't know where it came from.
I didn't know how he didn't start laughing.
I was like, the amount of him like saying all the most affirming things, literally looking in her eyes, being like, I want to marry you and I want to be with you for the rest of my life.
And it wasn't show affirmations. It wasn't like, I kind of like it. He was like
dead set. And she would look him straight in his eyes after he'd say that. And she'd be like, it's crazy how you've never said a nice thing to me ever in my life.
You never told me you loved me once.
And it was like, what?
It was like she was being born again every minute. It was like she had restarted. You know what I mean? It was like she
rebirth.
Rebirth every time, because he would be like, hey, "What?" I said it 14 times in a row, and she'd be like, "And you've never once said it in your life." And he was like, "What?" It was wild. We were laughing. We were like, "Dude, what is happening?"
She was hammered.
She was hammered, but it was like, where is this coming from? Like, what is going on? How
much are you serving these people? My God. How much alcohol, how little food, and how little sleep, and how much alcohol are you giving these people? It's insane. I didn't even...
I was trying to write notes too about it, but all I ended up with was he was constantly affirming her, and she was constantly talking about how he never affirmed her.
Yeah, I literally...
In one convo.
I had nothing. I couldn't write notes.
But the takeaway is that she was afraid that he didn't love her as much as she loved him. Like, that was kind of the theme of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what, and came from like a conversation earlier in the night that triggered her, that made her feel like maybe he's not into me. It was I don't know what happened, but whatever happened and got in her brain, whatever brainworm happened while drinking.
Yeah.
It was, you couldn't
Well, I mean,
reason
she
with
talked
it.
about that in the pods a lot. She talked about that with Brendan and with Nick, how she's like, I need a lot of affirmation.
Right. And he's affirming as hell.
And he's very affirming. I mean, these two are going to get home, and trust and believe.
I cannot wait.
If Brendan shows up at a hang and provides a lot of affirmation in one sitting, she will ditch Nick's ass and go for Brendan.
Yeah.
If he catches her on a night where Nick maybe has only complimented her
17,000
times instead of 18,000 times, and Brendan happens to come in and give some big compliments, she is ditching Nick's ass and she is going wherever the affirmation is in that moment. In the moment, whatever's making her feel like
It was very weird.
But at the same time, I still do think that she wants to present a certain way.
Yeah.
So that might be what stops her, is wanting to present like we're the perfect political couple who's going to, attend these events and do these Instagram things. And I don't know.
It was very weird. Again, very young feeling.
Very young.
Felt like high school.
I felt very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Speaking of feeling uncomfortable, let's talk about the next couple, Kalybriah and Edmond.
Ah.
So these, is a big one. Is a big one. So we start out in a good energy.
Great.
We start out with Edmond bringing her prezzies.
Yes.
He's gotten her sneakers. He's gotten her matching t-shirts. It's very sweet.
Very
and she's
sweet.
like, I'm so sorry. I'm going to get you. And he is complimenting her like crazy. He's like, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. She's getting ready. They're doing their nighttime routine.
Yeah.
He's literally staring at her as she's explaining the makeup, and he's like invested, and he's like, you're perfect. You're beautiful. Da 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 da. It's all going smoothly. And in fact, the first like quarter of episode 6, I was like, man, I was kind of concerned because Edmond has some intense energy, and I feel like Kalybriah is going to be like, it's much too much for me. But the first quarter of this episode, Edmond was pretty low key. He seemed pretty like, chill conversations. Yeah. The only thing that was popping was his fashion, and I was living.
Sick.
But the energy wasn't wired. And then the cracks started to show. And I want to dive into it, but I want to say this before I dive into it. As we break down all of this, I think my biggest issue with Kalybriah and Edmond is that I don't want this show for Edmond.
Yeah.
I don't want this show for Edmond. Because watching this, and I'm sorry, it's not my place to speak. If Edmond was like, I loved filming it was amazing, then great. But as a viewer, I feel like watching the show for Edmond clearly, throughout these episodes, he talks a ton about how he wants to feel special to people, how he doesn't want to rock the boat, how he really cares about what people think. He had a breakdown later where he's talking about like how fucking nice he is and how people don't appreciate that, and having a lot of big emotions. And what we know of Edmond is that Edmond grew up in the foster care system and had a lot of trauma growing up. And I can't even imagine what that was like. But seeing him struggling with, I need to feel special, and which is of course going to come from all this trauma, from everything he's gone through. This environment with the alcohol, with the no sleep, with the quick engagement, it's so high stress. And I felt like I was watching, this was a place that Edmond, it's going to exacerbate some of the stress and the trauma and make him not feel special and make him struggle and make the insecurities come out. And I felt like we were watching him kind of like breaking down. And I don't feel like this is a healthy place for him. I think like sitting in, and I think he talked about going through therapy and being in therapy. And I think that's amazing to continue that and whatever. But this space, I could never be, let me make something clear. I could never be on this show.
No.
And I don't even have, like, I didn't go through anything like what Edmond went through.
The reveal alone would
I didn't go through anything like what Edmond went through. But for my mental health, this show would crack me in half. I could never recover. So when I'm watching Edmond, and he made mistakes I had some problems with, Don't get me wrong. When I was watching Edmond as a viewer, I was like, I feel uncomfortable watching this because I feel like this is not healthy for him, and the show is exacerbating his insecurities and his struggles. And I just was like, I don't want it for him.
I agree.
You know? So let's break down exactly what those moments were. But let's take one more quick pause first, family. So I know today we're covering the Love is Blind couples in Mexico, but you know what's coming up? Seeing their homes and their apartments, which is always very exciting. And often I see the men's spaces and I go, I think furniture might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe a few pieces of
bed
furniture.
on the floor, not the vibe.
And you know, the only place we go to for our indoor and outdoor furniture is article.com, baby, because Article is the only place where I can scroll for 5 minutes and suddenly have an entire vision board in my cart. Their stuff is so beautiful. It's clean, it's modern, it's cozy, and somehow never overpriced. We swapped out our old sofa for an Article one, and instantly the whole room looked like we hired a designer. I swear the craftsmanship is unreal. It's heavy, sturdy pieces that survive kids, dogs, and whatever sticky substance Ember seems to generate out of thin air. Article has genuinely become our go-to for every room. Over the years, we've gotten couches, dining room tables, chairs, and so much more from Article. And we keep going to Article because we're always so happy with the pieces. They're amazing.
Yeah. And seriously, I'm not kidding. I now have Article bookmarked on my laptop because I love scrolling through all their collections. They've got this curated lineup of mid-century modern, coastal, Scandinavian inspired pieces that all look incredible on their own, but also mix and match perfectly. And everything is super intentional. The weight of the furniture, the finishes, how smooth the edges are. You can tell it's built to last. Nothing flimsy, no fillers, just high quality, beautifully designed pieces that feel like they belong in some chic home you saved on Pinterest. And can we talk about how easy they make it? Fast, affordable shipping across US and Canada. And if you want someone else to assemble it so you don't have to threaten to break up during step 3 of 40, you can choose the professional assembly option. That alone is gold.
And their customer service, angels, truly, okay? They're available 7 days a week. They're so helpful. And they even offer free interior design services if you need help picking pieces. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's so amazing. We've ordered from Article so many times now, and not once have we been disappointed. The style, the durability, the price. It's why we keep going back over and over, and we will continue to. So if you're ready to love your space a little more, Article is giving our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. All you have to do is visit article.com/momdad, and the discount will automatically be applied at checkout. That's article.com/momdad for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. Article.com/momdad. Okay, so back to Kalybriah and Edmond. So at first it feels like it's going well, but then we have a conversation with them where they're eating lunch together, and she starts talking about, like, you know, kind of what she wants in a relationship, and specifically that she wants a guy who's gonna, like, give her independence, but also then be a protector. And then she gives him the scenario of if we were at a club and I was on your arm and some guy came up and was like, you know, I want to be with you, and was trying to take me away. He put his hands on me, like, what would you do? And Edmund's just like, well, I would politely ask him to please,
consult the authorities.
He goes, I would talk to security and I would make sure that we are removed from the situation. I would ask him, please. Yeah. I say, my love, let's kindly move away from the scenario. And she's like, but he put his hands on me. He put his hands on me.
She kept doing the thing where he was like, but then he does this, but then she was just trying to get a would you fight.
Yeah,
she was like trying to force him to fight.
Will you physically protect me if a guy is doing this? And he basically says, he's like, no, he's like, I'm a nice guy and I want people to like me. And I'm just, listen.
Which is the theme of their entire kind of vibe.
He
right now
is a people pleaser. He wants to be made to feel special.
Yes.
And I think Kalybriah, though she cares about him, is not into him.
Yeah, I think that she's struggling with, like, I think she's in two places at once.
Okay.
What made her fall in love with him was his silly, sweet, vulnerable, quirky vibe. Mm-hmm. I think in person, she's feeling like I need a hybrid more.
Right.
I usually go for like the super low key alpha, big, strong, tall guy energy, but I need more connectedness, more sensitivity,
more vulnerability.
vulnerability. Sure. I go far the other way.
Right.
So I love all the stuff that I'm not getting from the other guys, but I'm used to, well, she kept bringing it up, alpha men. So what I think she's struggling with is like, this is new territory for me. Can I round the corner on this? Can I bring him into the, like, I'm super attracted to him as well as emotionally connected to him with this new type that I'm with? And I think she's struggling. I
felt like her dynamic with Edmond was, and maybe it was just me, but I was having a hard time tracking when she would be talking about what she wanted and what she wanted life to look like and a partner to look like. There were a lot of things to me that were like over here and then over here. And I was having a hard time following it. And I think what it was is because she's not that into him, that, you know, when you're trying to like process out loud, like what you want and the person's right there. I think that's what was going on. So I feel like I just don't think that there's anything, because that was happening simultaneously, but at the same time too, I felt like then it was either moments where she was like, I know you can provide this, but I also need this. Are you that? And then mothering him, like being there for him in a way where she was like almost a parental figure to him. And I just don't see how this could work.
Yeah, agreed.
And so we go from that conversation to the party. Yeah. And on the one hand, we have her telling the girlies, so everyone's had sex. Yeah. And Kalybriah is like, we haven't had sex. I told him that I want to wait until the wedding to have sex. Now, this is when Edmond starts having a conversation with the men, where he's like, Kalybriah wants to wait. Yeah. And he starts saying, I got to hit it before I marry somebody. Yeah. Now, this is where Edmond started to lose me in moments. Okay. I completely understand that wanting to, and everyone has the right to their own things that they need, needing to be with someone intimately before you marry them. I too would feel that way. I would want to have sex with someone before I married them, right? But the way in which Edmond communicated this, I felt like wasn't okay. In front of the guys, talking about wanting to hit it and needing to, and then pulling the other guy's opinions, being like, come on, Anton, you know you'd need to, whatever. That felt disrespectful to me. I get that KB is also having a conversation, but it didn't feel as callous. I think if it would have been kept more private, I would have been okay with it. If it was like a one-on-one conversation, but the full group and just the way that it was, just the energy of it, it just felt, I didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, this was kind of like, we always kind of felt he was definitely a little more immature than she was in regards to kind of the way they move. But like, this is kind of when you really see it, and like, he's kind of feeling left out, and you know what I mean? It kind of started to feel young in that way, yes, where it's like, wait, all my friends get to have sex and I don't, what's happening? You know what I mean? But then at the same time, you know, I'm sensing from her kind of I'm not saving myself for marriage energy. It's I still haven't figured out how I feel about him yet, so I want to put boundaries up.
Yes.
But she was kind of putting it in a way that felt a little bit like I'm waiting for marriage energy, which leads us to their following convo, which is super interesting.
Well, their convo later was when she, after the party, when she basically said to him, like, how do you feel about the fact that everyone else has had sex except us? And he goes, wait, what? Yeah. And he had no idea.
Because he thought that I think Nick and Amelia hadn't. And then he was like, they had too. So I think
Nick and Annie? Amelia.
Sorry. Wow. Brain melt. But you know what I mean? Like, he definitely.
Came out of nowhere.
Sorry.
Amelia.
Yeah, sorry. That's the dad brain right there. But, you know, because he kind of thought maybe, okay, there's maybe another couple that hasn't too, so I'm good. But then once he kind of really found out that he was the last one,
and clearly, I think too, he was intoxicated. Everyone was drunk. I think he was drunk. But he went from he's like rubbing her feet, and they're having this cute conversation, vulnerable conversation, to when he found out that he was left out, he started to react in a highly emotional way, where then it was just like, I'm such a fucking good guy. Look at how much I've done for you. I've done so much for you. I'm rubbing your feet. I'm right there. And it's like, whoa, Edmond. Doing something for someone does not mean you are owed sex. Yes. And I don't think that in his deepest heart, he feels that way. I think it's the insecurity of feeling left out. It's the insecurity of feeling like, well, Kalybriah has been with other people. Am I not special enough? Mm-hmm. And then he's taking it out in a way of like, but I deserve the sex. And it's like, no sex is earned nor deserved. Okay, that's just not how it works. So I think then that was the emotional reaction, though, because it was like, I don't feel special.
And I think to your point, he did realize that, because the next morning he apologized and he said, I'm sorry. But what I will say, it was confusing for both of them. And I will say this, because it wasn't as simple as she's just like, I'm a born again Christian now and I'm saving myself from marriage and you need to respect it. He's like, what do you mean? This is new to me. It was like she was kind of circularly talking, because I think she's struggling. I think she's struggling with the fact that I'm not super attracted to this guy, but I like him as a person and I can't really figure it out. And I don't really want to have sex with him now. And not until I can kind of really find myself attracted to him do I want to have sex with him. Instead of saying that, it's kind of this like, I'm saving myself. And then he starts digging a little bit and going, okay, wait, have you had sex with other guys? Yeah. On the first night? Yeah. Well, what's special about them? Well, I didn't care about them. That's why I had sex with them. And then it'd be like, okay, but then I'm giving you my all. And then she'd be like, well, sex to you may be more sacred than it is to me.
So then you're like, wait.
Which kind of goes against what she said earlier, because she's kind of saying like, sex isn't that sacred to me, so I can just have it more chill and willy-nilly. And he's like, well, then why aren't you having it with me? And she's like, you know what I mean? So she was trying to find the right words to not say, I'm struggling with my attraction to you. And
or I'm not ready to have sex with you. Or I'm not ready
to have sex with you. And he was kind of like, I'm not understanding the logic here. Yeah. So I'm taking this personally as like I'm the nice guy, which doesn't turn you on.
Yes.
And so then he kind of like freaked out about that. So, which is kind of true. Like there is a truth to that, where she's like, you don't have enough of that alpha thing that I'm struggling with. And he kind of is sensing that. And he's like, this has not been the first time this has happened to me. So it's kind of triggering him. So it was tough in that way.
I completely agree. But then also in that moment, she is breaking him down in a correct, like she's nailing it. When she's saying, no, let's be real, you're reacting like this because you found out that the other people are having it and it's making you feel not special. So she was like therapisting him, momming him in those moments. And earlier when they were at the party, remember when he had the conversation with Annie, where he's like rubbing KB's feet and then he's like, oh, Annie, what you did to Brendan, how could you? We were all bawling and you just ran out. And it was awkward.
It was awkward. It's a little bit of that,
and
like, it's a little bit of that,
youthful
like,
thing. And Kalybriah
doesn't really realize how he's moving.
And Kalybriah was having to go like,
how you talk,
Edmond, let's be careful. You're going to trigger her. Let's be careful. So there's then this motherly energy. It's tough. It's tough.
It's getting worse. That's my fear. Is that they have a great connection, but it doesn't. Even the next morning when he apologized to her, the light in her eyes has gone.
Well, and she said she was
doesn't
like,
seem to be.
I'm still processing it.
Yeah, she just is kind of like, yeah, crazy. Like they don't have the spark they had.
And then when they got back to Denver and he was getting inside the cabinets, she was over
aching hard.
Which, side note, fun fact about your mom over here: love to get into a cabinet.
Love a cabinet. Love a cabinet bit.
Your father will attest to the fact that if I can fit in a cabinet or a drawer, I will get in. Like it's just something exciting. I must do. It's very, very fun.
But it's also very youthful. That sounds fun. When you're a kid, you're like, ooh, I can climb.
Yeah,
and
I still love to do it now.
But he's very youthful. He's very like childlike in his vibe, which is awesome. She is struggling with it. Yeah. You can just tell that she's like even she's like, you want me to close the thing for you while he's getting it? Like it wasn't like haha at all. It was like can we wrap this up? Because this is just, you could just see the ick building. Yeah. You can see her struggle building. You can see the more that he is himself, it doesn't work for her.
And I feel like Kalybriah is a good person.
Yeah.
But I feel like she's
trying.
She's trying, but I also feel like she's not being fully honest.
She's not being
Because I feel like if she'd be fully honest, we'd be having not these conversations of like, well, this is what I'm looking for. Are you like that? Like she knows he's not the guy that she's looking for. And instead of just maybe facing that, she's trying, but then it's like, we're not being.
It's the classic, like I'm trying to not do what I always do with guys. This is a new type of guy.
Yeah, and I get it.
This might work for me. Like I'm trying to make this work. And it's like her body's rejecting what her like mouth and brain is trying to do.
But then it's also the thing with Kalybriah that I feel like she's doing with him is she's telling him simultaneously, I love who you are and I want you to be you. But then also telling him too, you is not necessarily what I want. Because when they're having the protection conversation, she's like, I want you to be you. And you're special who you are, and you're comparing yourself to other people, but you're not going to stand up for me. So it's a little bit like you're throwing him two different things, and that's confusing. So, but I hear where she's coming from. And then with Edmond, I think Edmond's a nice guy. And I just feel like though this process seems to be very triggering. Yeah. He's struggling with not feeling completely loved and special and all of these things. And I think this process is expediting that and making it bigger. And I feel like we even saw it when we were at the party and he came over to her and he started massaging her feet. I'll be real with you. It was like the man was in between her toes. He was sucking the lotion off of her toes in front of everybody.
Just like he kissed the floor.
And I'm like, this is a whole new level of PDA. And I don't want to speak for Kalybriah, but I'm just thinking.
If you're already struggling with like not being into someone and then someone's doing that, that is like.
And someone's publicly doing that. And he didn't come up to her and ask like, hey, is it cool if I do this? He just starts like sucking on those toes publicly. I would feel super uncomfortable. And I think he's doing it to make himself feel confident in front of the other men, feeling like I don't feel as special because we haven't had this, whatever level of intimacy. So I want to prove to everyone and myself that like he was talking to her too. I think we're the number one couple. I think we're the number one couple.
She's like, I don't care about what other people think. Which is her. Yeah. Which was like, it was tough.
It's complex.
It's headed
it's tricky.
Towards not a good vibe.
And I think they're both good people, but I feel like I'm worried for what could happen in the upcoming episodes because I could see something big, kind of an explosion happening that's not gonna make one or both of them look great, or like it's gonna bring out something that's not good. I don't know. I just feel it bubbling. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Anyway, let's move on to Sparkle Megan and Jordan. Now, Sparkle Megan, like I said, when we saw those Cartier bracelets, I was like, oh, Sparkle Megan is Sparkle Megan. Yeah. Sparkle Megan, I think the money is where the mouth was, because we also find out that she lives in Los Angeles and is looking to buy a place also in Denver. So I was like, oh.
She's balling.
In 2025... When someone's buying two properties,
and then they were saying, and then we see like a preview, and it was like $2 million house, like in Denver,
and she has a house in LA.
Yeah, he's like, what? Like, it wasn't.
Sparkle Megan is rich.
Sparkle Megan's killing it.
Sparkle Megan is loaded. Okay, and at first, when we're watching their dynamic together, she is like doe-eyed. Into him.
Really into him.
She's telling the girls that like he's the best sex she's ever had, even though he's not typically her type, but she is like, woo, feeling it. And I had a moment where I was like, I kind of want Sparkle Megan to like sugar mama Jordan. I kind of like want her to like spoil,
like make him a stay-at-home dad with his kid and vibe, and she just kind of goes out and
I'm gonna
crushes.
I'm gonna spoil you, and it's gonna, if it makes her happy, like, because there was a moment that I felt like, oh, I think Sparkle Megan's gonna get turned on by sugar mama and Jordan. Like, I think it's gonna rev her engine by like being like, here, Prince, I'm gonna give you this and this and treat you special and buy you fancy things. And when they were showing up to the resort, she's like, have you been to a place like this before? He's like, no. And she's like, oh, there's gonna be a lot in your future. I was like, oh my God, she's gonna be like,
spoil him.
my
favorite though is they go to the apartment and she's like, yeah, so we're not gonna be here very long, right? I don't want this rubbing off on me.
But
so let's talk about the main points of their kind of situation, which I feel like starts with him getting wasted.
He is
like wasted so fast. Everyone was like chilling, and he was like slurring, wasted.
So he's absolutely hammered at the party with Joe. And just like how Madison pulls Joe aside, Sparkle Megan pulls Jordan aside. The difference is that Joe was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Joe was annoyed.
I'm going to go sleep. You're bothering me. Jordan received it very well. He was like, what? I'm doing what? Oh no.
He's like, oops, I'm in trouble.
I'm in trouble. Like, what can I do differently?
He was a lot sweeter and a lot more like into hearing what she had to say.
And also shout out to Sparkle Megan. Sparkle Megan really was very direct with like, this is what you did that bothered me. We see them after the party. She goes, you bothered me. It hurt me when you did this. I need you to do this, and kind of laid it out for him. And then he received it in a way where he was like, he tried to make her laugh a little bit, but he didn't deny it. He accepted it. It was a very beautiful give and take. And I was like writing it down. I was like, I'm very impressed how both of them handled this drunk situation. She's
100%.
Probably drunk too, and they're all handling it. They're both handling it very well. But then when they had that second party, we heard Jordan saying to the guys that he didn't like how like basically Sparkle Megan was kind of on his ass. And how she was being aggressive, saying that he annoyed her. And I think obviously he's feeling insecure about it. But the way that he then said it to the guys, but then to her was like big smiles and it's like, it's okay. I'm concerned that that's going to leak into their relationship.
Interesting. I at first felt a little bit, but I kind of generally more felt like he was just trying to impress the boys, and that was a little immature of him.
Okay.
I didn't get like that there was like this big issue. It just, to me, felt more like he was a little annoyed from the conversation.
Right.
Maybe felt like he was apologizing for more than he felt like he should have, kind of energy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when you just feel like you're kind of sorry, but at the same time being like, you're kind of blowing this out of proportion. And then he was kind of probably drinking with the guys and kind of was a little loose with his, you know what I'm saying? Like a little bit like, yeah, she's annoyed with me. It was like kind of annoying thing. I don't know how big of a deal it could turn into something, but I do feel like it was a little bit, because he's acts a little weird with Joe. It feels like he tries to impress Joe. He's got to have a weird relationship there. So it felt a little bit like that.
We're flexing for the boys.
We're kind of talking shit because, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what it felt like to me.
That's always a little bit of a flag to me.
No, I get it, but what I'm saying is I don't know if it's like an issue in the relationship.
I just noticed that there was a couple times, Jordan is very confusing to me. So I know how I had said like beforehand that I was like, oh my God, I love Jordan this, Jordan that. Jordan has become a confusing figure to me. Number one, watching those drunk men at that party, I was so embarrassed.
Makes me never want to get drunk again. Just like
genuinely,
could I look like that?
I was like, I don't even get like near me with alcohol ever again. But it was embarrassing to watch. But also with Jordan, I'm confused because I felt like in the pods we got a very different energy. He seems really nervous and uncomfortable, but then he'll lock into like when they're back at Denver. Maybe it's just he's just needing to settle in. I'm just confused by him because sometimes he'll be super receiving and then sometimes he kind of like will throw these quips out and I'm like, are you joking? Or is there like an edge of seriousness to kind of your quick comments? And is there a little bit of a face that we're putting on? I don't know. I'm having a hard time figuring him out post pods. Versus I feel like I get Sparkle Megan.
Yeah.
Sparkle Megan, she's a businesswoman. She's, analytical, but she still's got a heart. She wants the bougie things in life. And I think that that's going to be her forever struggle.
Yeah.
But I do like Sparkle Megan, I think. I think she's got hurdles and growth in life as we all do. But when we cut to later when they get to Denver, they're in their new place together and they start talking about Luca, Jordan's son. Yeah. And Sparkle is starting to cry and she's concerned about the idea of meeting Luca and meeting Skylar, who's Luca's mom. And, Jordan, in that moment, I thought Jordan did a great job, the way that he was like, hey, this is what you can expect and you're going to be great and da-da-da-da-da. But Sparkle was... And I thought it was a very beautiful, legitimate concern that she was like, we're getting married so soon. If I don't meet him like ASAP, like how can I be comfortable becoming part of your life so quickly when there's a child involved? It's like for Luca's sake. And also I loved that Sparkle was concerned about Luca's mom as well, like making sure she doesn't overstep as a stepmom.
Yeah.
I'm like, that to me is somebody who's taking this seriously and is like trying to be a good person and make sure like, hey, what if I want to buy Luca something, but Skylar, his mom, will feel like I overstepped. Like I'm trying to figure out how to do this. And I love that Sparkle took it seriously and was also concerned about the son, is concerned about the his mom, like wanting to make sure everyone that's going to be okay. And hearing that conversation, I felt like Jordan handled it well, but I foresee that there's going to be problems because of it, and not problems where people are being problematic, problems just like real life tough stuff.
Yeah.
Like this show is quick, and when you have a child involved, like you have to be
kind of
so
gnarly to do this
careful.
show with a child.
I agree.
Like I was kind of thinking about that, and just in general,
agree.
I was like, you're kind of putting a lot of pressure on everybody, and it's a lot to kind of throw in to kind of like having a family on top of meeting someone for the first time and then getting married 3 weeks later, because it's like you're not only rushing the whole thing in general, but then you have a whole other dynamic that is super unique. So do I think Megan might be the most responsible, mature person on the entire show by a mile to pull this off? Yes.
I agree.
Is it likely? No, just because it's a lot to jump into. It's a lot to jump into liking someone. It's a lot to jump into dating someone. It's a lot to jump into getting married. It's a lot to jump into then becoming a mom for the first time, like or a stepmom. It's like, that's a lot to throw in a month.
And I think that Jordan, though I am like, I don't know how you could do this with a kid. I think Jordan is an excellent dad.
Yeah,
he seems
100%.
like he's a wonderful
It's not a
father.
judgment.
I think it's going to hit Jordan.
Yeah.
I think the second Luca's there, he's going to realize this is
Was
way
this a little
gnarlier
much? Yeah.
than I thought it was going to be. And for the sake of my child, I think Jordan will start pulling back on Megan. It'll make Megan feel insecure, and it's going to cause like, it's
interesting. It's interesting. Because they're handling conflict really well. They're patient with each other. They listen to each other. They're there for each other. They're in the best spot, I personally think. But there's so much more complication that they're going to have to deal with that could provide a lot of complications.
They have a lot of mountains to climb, more so than I think anybody else.
I agree 100%.
And
but they communicate the most maturely, in my
so
personal opinion.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. We shall see.
We shall see.
All right. Lastly, we have Allie and Anton. And to be honest, this is going to be a 2-minute moment because
it really comes down to one thing and one thing only.
And that's cash.
And that's, she's like, I have guys
flying
pay
in
for everything. I have not touched my wallet in a decade.
She's like, I am America's #1 supermodel. And in my entire life, I have had people fly in from every continent to be in my presence. And so now
she's like, you're telling me
you're going to, you better
I don't even know what my credit card is.
I think that this is going to be rough.
It's just going to be absolutely that.
Because she's just, and it was, by the way, this was a very brief conversation, but it was really the only ruffling feathers conversation we saw where she's like, well, you better give me this gift and you should be getting jewelry for like the mother of your future children.
Yes, correct.
And I think she is going to have, because of her past, and I can only imagine, like, you know, again, people coming and worshiping at her feet, that it's like, well, these are my expectations and you better provide those. And I think Anton's going to be like, okay, well, hold up. I didn't think that was going to be the case. And I don't necessarily feel comfortable providing those things, or can I provide those things, or whatever it might look like, that they're going to end up on different pages. But other than that one conversation, they were super cute with each other. They had adorable conversation with each other.
She doesn't like that he kisses with his eyes open, which is kind of weird, but it was very funny.
I don't love that either.
But it was funny that she's not like sweet about it. She's like, stop doing that. It's weird.
Yeah, see, this is where the tension will come. When real life brings real hardships, this is where you can see like the men will.
I hate to say it. I think they have good chemistry. I think they're sweet with each other. I absolutely think they like each other. I think it legitimately is going to come down to like, she's not even going to, like, when he goes, can we split the bill? She's going to be like, what are you talking about?
Totally.
And I really, truly do think this is going to be the thing that crushes them, is her just being like, what are you talking about? We can't get whatever we want, whatever we want it.
Right. No, I mean, I think that might be what it is too. At least, again, we didn't really have a lot of the conversation, but from the previews, it looks like this is going to be the
Like he said something at one point in the previews where he's like, is this how you normally exist? Like you just leave your stuff everywhere? And he's like, that someone else picks it up for you? And she's like, yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like she doesn't even know, so it's going to be interesting. They seem kind of cute together though. Like when they were sitting by the window, like spying on people, like that's a very cute, real thing.
When they were spying on people, I thought that they were adored.
Right. But I really do feel bad that like, it's going to be the money that breaks them up. I mean, it just is. Like there's no way they survive this.
And I was liking his energy. Again, there was a couple moments. Yeah. There was a few times where when he was with the guys where he was like, yes, sometime I haven't gotten laid for like a month or two. Right. And they're like, okay.
Right.
But he was kind of, and then he, some of the things he said to Edmond, I was a little like on the fence with, but I think he was attempting at first to be like, hey, like you need to respect that she has a boundary and it's only 4 weeks. Like that's fast. He was pretty cool about it, yeah. And then the fact that all the women were like, Anton is so gentle and thoughtful and checking in on us, and he wasn't doing it in like a
creepy, weird,
a creepy way.
My options way, not at all.
He was doing it in a very calm way. Now, I will say, I thought when Allie walked in, we thought that it was going to be the men were going to be. I was
expecting a lot more comments because remember when Jess walked in.
Yes.
And all the guys were like, well, she's nice to look at. You know what I mean? They all even, but I was surprised that no one, maybe they cut it, but they didn't. I was hoping for more drama interpersonally. I was hoping for like that. Oh my gosh, I didn't notice he was going to be this way or she was this hot or, I was hoping.
I'm planning that will come in their next meetup. I'm going to still put hope.
Or for when the people join the other people or whatever.
Yes, I think that it's still going to be there.
But I was expecting a couple comments from a couple people about other people, but there wasn't. So that was interesting. But
I don't know. Overall, I felt like they were vibing with each other.
I think if Anton was rich, they would be amazing together. I think it's going to be him not being rich. I think he's going to be stressed out about it. I think she's going to be stressed out about it. And at some point they're going to have enough combo where it's going to be bad.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I can see. It's weird because in these 2 episodes, they by far seemed like the best. Like they were vibing and chilling. He's super low key. She also too, even though she was like
super low key.
Even though she was like, I expect these things, she still is low key. No, she's not like energy.
Wired and yelling at him or anything.
Like, hey girls, like I'm just here to have a good time, and I'm so happy for all of you. And yeah, isn't he's darling, isn't he? Yeah, we're having a great time together, and like. That's the vibe, but I think it's going to be explosive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do. There's something about the energy that like, I don't think that it's going to be explosive in the way like they're going to react explosively. I think though it's going to be a big ending.
Well,
I think it's going to be a big ending. I don't know what it is, but I can't.
Someone's got a secret.
Maybe it just feels too perfect that something's gonna come.
Interesting.
I just feel unsettled.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be one of those things like the week before the wedding, she's gonna like walk into his office and be like, so I've really enjoyed our time together, but my ex-boyfriend, James, just called me and invited me on a yacht to cruise around the Amalfi Coast, and I'm leaving you and I'm going with him.
And I've decided that is best for me.
I've decided that that's going to be for me. And he's going to be like...
I've decided you not having any money is not attractive.
And then he's going to be like...
What?
That's what I think is going to happen. Agree. Something like that. But... Anywho, we shall see. But tune in.
To be honest with you, fantastic 2 episodes. We could keep talking. There was a lot there.
I don't love the cast, but it is providing
fun TV.
Interesting television. Stressful, anxiety causing, but interesting television. But family, have a wonderful rest of the week. Tune in next Wednesday, for another Love is Blind episode, another recap. And over the next few days, we are sending you our love family. If you're spending time with loved ones, family members, have a beautiful time. And for those of you who maybe this is a tough time of the year or feeling lonely, we might not be with you in physical form, but we've got you in spirit. We're a family, and know that there's a community and we love each other, and you've got people. You've got people, and we love you. And
We'll see you next week.
See you next week for another wild ride.
Was that the new Love Is Blind song? A wild ride.
I'm gonna consult with Nick.
Okay.
We're gonna talk.
Just
I'm
shoot
gonna
him a little wink and a compliment, and he'll like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna slide into Nick's DMs and be like, I think you need to write a intro song for Love Is Blind. And I want to hear what his takes are. And I'm also going to ask him in the music video for it to wear that black jacket.
I love it.
So
The
we'll
load
see.
of the underworld jacket. All right. Love y'all. See you next week. Bye.